Hey, real quick, I'm gonna explain a tiny bit about guard retention. So when you're playing guard and you're on your back, your goal is to try to have your knees as far to your chest as possible. And the way that I think about it nowadays is like right at the front of my shoulder. If you're flexible enough, and this is what you should continuously work towards, you should work towards bringing your knees so high that your kneecap is guarding your shoulder and your arm, so that your arm and your leg can kind of work as like a singular limb now. Like now it's like I can bring my hand behind my shin like this with my knee high and wide, and I can kind of brace my own shins. And now that my elbows are striking the ground. So one thing I want you to focus on right now is my tailbone is on the mat right now. So right here, I'm gonna try to keep my tailbone on the mat. This is as high as I can bring my knees to my chest without my tailbone leaving the mat. Once my tailbone leaves the mat, my knees can come up, and then I can try to spread my legs as my knees come to my chest, and now my elbows can brace. And this is a really cool trick, is that you can just C-clamp your own thighs and widen your elbows. And as you can see, this is how I do my initial rotations, is on this lower part of my back. When I'm spinning, when I'm playing guard, I will strike the mat when people throw my legs to catch my leg, and then I'll push off my elbows to get my tailbone off the mat. So I roll my knees to my chest, tailbone off the mat, and now I can swivel my hips. And now it's actually playing guard, and it's very core intensive, okay? Any questions about turning your hips, about how to turn your hips, how to get your tailbone off the mat? Yeah.
What's a scenario in which you prevent them, or you can comfortably do that while having them scoop or pressure?
So usually the reason that I do this is, so there's a lot of guards in jiu-jitsu, right? There's a lot of submissions in jiu-jitsu. The hardest part's not actually doing the submissions. The real hard part is like getting into the guards so that we can just do the positions. And I think stuff like this helped me achieve that really well, because it stops the initial contact of pressure. When you're on your back and there's no connection and someone's standing above you, they have the advantage. Once you guys get into a guard, you have the advantage. But initially you're not in a guard, so you need to collect them into a guard. But the step before collecting them into a guard is you have to prevent them from passing. And that's about keeping the bottoms of my feet pointing at my partner while I'm laying supine like this. So my goal is to keep the bottoms of my feet, especially if you're smaller than your partner, from their hips to their shoulders, their torso. This is the safety zone. Where do you put your feet? If you fight a really big guy and you put butterfly hooks in, the odds are they're gonna crush your legs. All right, you fight a really big guy and you have your knees together, and I'm able to smash your knees to one side or the other, it's gonna be really easy to pass your guard. So every time I'm on my back, and this is what we're gonna practice here in a sec, is we're going to be laying back. You're gonna pull your knees to your chest as high as you can with your tailbone still on the mat. And then once it can't go anymore, we're gonna start digging off of our elbows, using our hip flexor and our lower abs to pull our butt off the mat and start to initiate a half crunch to where just my lower back is now in contact with the mat. Now my elbows, now my knees widen. I'm in my guard, how I play against black belts now. This is how I fight black belts. This is exactly what I do to people. When I'm playing guard retention, I'm doing these dead cockroaches, and as you can see this with my elbows down, I can swivel my butt left and right. Without my elbows, it kind of just looks like my knees turn. When I press my elbows and I do a sit-up, now my upper abs are flexed, now my tailbone's off the mat. Now I can swivel, okay? And the truth of the matter is that I built most of my flexibility live sparring in jiu-jitsu, where people would push on my legs while I was in this position. This is how I built most of my flexibility.
I've noticed, now that you're saying that, I've noticed you do that when you pull guard, I can't casually work my game. I have to step in it. You know what I mean? How I grab the lapel and I'm already getting broken down, trying to get you back into my game.
Mm-hmm. And again, a lot of that's that initial like contact. A lot of people, especially white belts, they grab your legs and they just chuck them to the side. So it's like, all right, well, like I couldn't even get to a guard because he just grabbed my legs and threw me. So my neutral is my feet are circling. They're making these circles, kind of going from the outside to the inside, but they're doing it individually. And I'm on that lower part of my back. This is my neutral. Okay, someone grabs an ankle, I'm gripping, and I circle my foot back onto their chest. The second it's onto their chest, now I connect to whatever guard I wanted to go for. But this is guard retention 101. Any questions on this before we drill this little thing? So after you do it by yourself for a little bit, we're gonna grab a partner and they're gonna try to just throw you by. And when they throw you by, Clay, can I use you real quick? Can you go ahead and stand up over here? So when they throw you by, go ahead and go to side control. Go to side control. Go ahead and go. I'm pressing my elbows into the mat and my knee is blocking my shoulder. Now you're about to get submitted there, see?
Yeah.
So because I'm pressing my elbows so hard and I'm crunched and I'm circling these feet inside, I'm pressing this far elbow. Yeah, see, I have no frame, so he beat me now. But I'm pressing the leg that I need to pull over, I'm pressing that elbow into the mat hard to work that leg up and over the top. And you guys are gonna do it with frame, so it's gonna be a lot easier because you can use your hands too, okay? Any questions before we try this out for a sec? All right, let's get it. On 3, 1, 2, 3.